Good afternoon, welcome, dear participants, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hans. I have the honor to say welcome to you. My name is Hans Mone, to be precise. I'm not alone. You see in the screen Ion Arapu. He'll introduce himself in a couple of minutes. Behind the scenes, we have Inge Martinschek. She will be monitoring this call and helping us out. And as we are in a small room somewhere in the Netherlands, we have Can Thailand Bilgin and Cenk Calpakoglu from Turkey, from Kondukto, in a different time zone, helping us out. There are our fellows. They have been creating the course we are talking about, which is part of this event. Last call for those who haven't completed their registration. In the screen as well as in the chat box, you will find a link to complete your registration for the course, and you will get access if you registered right after this kickoff. Let's begin. We're a DevSecOps Academy, and we held this event to make ourselves known. This call is being in a muted way. That's what Inge does to you. We want to talk to you. You can ask questions all during this meeting, although this meeting is set for, let's say, 45 minutes max, because one of our mottos is to get you hands-on with the least information needed. So let's not talk too much. We'll have another meeting in a week from now, which is a wrap-up, and then we are all going to talk as much as we can, because we do this event to make ourselves known, to make the IP and expertise of Kondukto and the guys within Kondukto known, which is in the course they built and made available to you. This call is also being recorded because many people registered, but some are in time zones while they are asleep right now. They want to review tomorrow morning and participate that way. I hope you don't mind. In a minute, Jan and Cenk will explain to you their vision on AppSec Orchestration, why it is important and why you should have capabilities in there if you want to be a secure DevOps engineer, and how it is being offered in the hands-on lab they have been creating on our platform. First, some basic stuff, which is known to the veterans that have been in our events before. Welcome again, veterans. For the new people in this event, DevSecOps Academy is a platform for secure DevOps professionals. We've been creating courses with the meaning to get your hands-on and secure DevOps as effectively as possible, not with long theory and videos and multiple choice, but real hands-on resources, completing challenges. We are not creating these courses all by ourselves. We have a team of experts, but we basically created an expertise team and a factory to collaborate with people all around the world. We call them fellows. There are individuals as well as companies. And Jan and Cenk are great examples of collaboration. We have not too long of courses. We have concise courses. We've created a taxonomy with the objective to give it to you in short pieces, also fitting your busy agendas. So this is the Academy. We are young. This is why we do these events, to make ourselves known to you. This event is around the course Team Alignment with AppSec Orchestration. And once we are coming to the end of this meeting, our colleague Inge will push a button, and those who registered will receive an email making known to them that they're all assigned and have access to this course. And then you basically have 7 days, 72 hours to do the course, including the hands-on lab. You will get to see more of that hands-on lab later on, so you know what we are talking about. The kickoff is 45 minutes, 7 days of time. Do the course whenever you want, and then tell us in a week what you think of the course, what you like about it, what you question about it, questions for us as a platform owner, but also to Kondukto with regard to their expertise on AppSec orchestration and where we should improve. Once you complete the course, you will get, of course, a certificate. Yeah? You should be proud of showing to yourself and to the world that you have achieved something. We would be very glad if you do that. Yeah, it's an extra recognition. It will help getting us known in your network. So we hope a number of you will do that. It's signed by Jan Bilgen. As you see, Ion Arapu has managed the course a couple of weeks ago in media setting. There are some levels involved. That's a little bit of the fun part. It doesn't really matter, but we have a system of hints and solutions that can help you out if you're stuck. To get you unstuck, you may take a hint, but if you take too many, then it won't show advanced on your certificate any longer, but medium. So we want as many of you successful as possible. But basically, we do this for your feedback. So in the course, you will find at the end of the course a step where you are presented and asked to hit on a link that leads to a MailChimp survey, which takes about 5 minutes. Please do it. You can also take the link and first finish the course and do it afterwards. If you don't finish the survey, our support will kindly ask you to reconsider and do it anyway, because your data, your feedback is vital to us in this, at this moment. You also see a Tidio thing. We have a little bot in development. It's providing support. We also have people behind the bot if the bot doesn't know anymore what you want, but it's only during the Dutch weekdays and the Dutch working hours, which is about between 9 in the morning and 5 in the evenings, meaning that if there is a support question in the evening, it can take a couple of hours to the next morning before you get effective answer, including the check up on the submission of your lab results. It's all automatically checked, but sometimes our checker doesn't really know, and it will leave your lab active if it's during the day, it being picked up within minutes by our team to let you know whether you passed or not. But in worst case, you will have to wait until the next morning or even after the weekend is over. Yeah, but yeah, we do our best to be of your service as quickly as possible. Well, I think I talked a lot. Sorry for that. There's a lot more people in this call and evenly important. Ion, I first like you to briefly introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Ion Arapu, and I'm working as a DevSecOps advocate here at DevSecOps Academy. At DevSecOps Academy, I'm creating courses, and also I'm working on developing and architecting of different components that are part of the DevSecOps Academy e-learning platform.
Well, what kind of courses have you been creating? People can find them on our platform.
Yeah, I created several courses around container security, secrets management. Now I'm working on 2 courses around threat detection and monitoring on AWS and IAM. So in the future, if you are interested in IAM and threat modeling on AWS, don't hesitate to check our platform. I think they will be ready like in a couple of weeks. So
great.
Yeah.
Thanks. And needless to say, Ion has been a key person to work with Jan and Cenk from Kondukto to create this course. Cenk, over to you, please.
Yes. Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you for joining us today. My name is Cenk Calpakoglu. I'm the co-founder and CEO at Kondukto. I've been in AppSec domain for 10+ years. And for last 6 years, I've been helping organizations to create scalable AppSec programs. As a consultant, I had an opportunity to work with different organizations and with different teams, like developers, AppSec teams, DevOps and SecOps teams. And by having this approach, we eventually developed this solution. In this session, we will briefly explain you the real world case course that we have prepared. And as Hans explained to you, any feedback are welcome. Feel free to reach us anytime. Thank you.
Okay, thanks to Cenk. Over to your colleague Mastermind.
So I guess I'm the least technical person in this room. So
I don't think so.
I'm not coming from a technical background. I used to work in finance and operations, but for the last 3 years, we've been working with Cenk on Kondukto to build automated processes to help the challenges faced by application security teams and software developers.
Excellent. Okay. So I have a question, Cenk and Jan. This course apparently is about effective and efficient AppSec orchestration. Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Sure. So what we are trying to do with Kondukto is we are trying to integrate security tests into the DevOps pipelines of our customers so that they can keep running these security tests in an automated and continuous fashion within their pipelines. So as you already know, we can move on to the next slide if you like. As you already know, we need to be using multiple different technologies, security technologies, at different stages of the software development lifecycle today. So as you can see here, we might be using SAST, IAC, or SCA tools in the coding phase. And in the testing phase, DAST or IS tools may come into play. And lately, we've started to talk about container security or in-app protection tools that are used at the production stage. So the problem that we are trying to solve with AppSec orchestration is we are trying to combine vulnerabilities coming from all these different places so that we can offer a holistic view of these vulnerabilities for our customers so that they can keep track of these vulnerabilities and they can manage these vulnerabilities in a single platform much more efficiently. So yeah, we can move on to the next one. So looking at the reason why we exist, we think that DevSecOps is a twofold problem. So we already mentioned that we need to be using multiple tools. And obviously, this can easily lead to a tool sprawl problem, which brings about the following problems. First, we need to be integrating all of these tools with our CI/CD pipelines separately. So when we use an orchestration tool like Kondukto, Kondukto can take care of all these integration between different tools so that our customers do not need to deal or need to worry about building integrations from scratch every time. So the second problem we are trying to address is there might be a loss of historical data when our users decide to switch to a new vendor at some point in time. So we can prevent this from happening because by pulling vulnerabilities to our central database, we allow our customers to hold on to their historical data, regardless of the tools they are using or regardless of the people working in the organization. So in a way, they can create a corporate memory in the organization using an AppSec orchestration tool like Kondukto. And the last benefit that we can provide is obvious. So the vulnerabilities are normally scattered across different tools, different interfaces. By centralizing these vulnerabilities, we make it much easier for our customers to keep track of their remediation metrics as well.
Next slide.
Yeah, and on the people side, no, we can go back. Yeah, and on the people side, we have another equally important problem. So as I believe that most of the people in this room are quite familiar with the problem that security teams are most of the time quite understaffed and outnumbered by the development teams. So what they need is some automation and orchestration capabilities so that they can keep up with the speed of software development, which is accelerating each day. So, and it is also quite common to have to see some frictions between security and development teams as the team sizes, skill sets, and priorities of these two teams are quite different. So what we try to do with Kondukto is we try to create automated workflows or automated processes and we try to let the processes flow, and we try to minimize the human interaction between these two teams so that they can focus on their daily tasks. So yeah, on to the next one. So what benefits we provide to each team and the organization as a whole? So for development teams, what we can do is, actually we have a unique feature that comes with Kondukto, which is Kondukto can automatically identify the developers responsible for vulnerabilities discovered by SaaS tools. So this feature helps us show developer level vulnerability data to our customers so that they can see the type and number of vulnerabilities introduced by each developer to their source code in a selected period. So using this data, they can come up with more personalized training programs. And through this personalized training programs, in the end, they can also prevent recurring vulnerabilities. Because what we see in the field is that most of the time, same developers are making the same mistakes over and over again. So if you offer them a personalized course based on the vulnerabilities they have introduced, it becomes really easy to prevent these recurring vulnerabilities by the same people. So the second benefit we can provide is obvious for the security teams. We can help them spend less time on manual processes. We can automate their processes, and we can let them spend much less time on vulnerability management tasks. And for DevOps, again, in line with our main goal, which is to integrate security tests into the pipelines, we help them transition to DevSecOps pretty quickly and very easily, just by writing just a few lines of code, which we show in the course as well, how to do it. They can easily transition from DevOps to DevSecOps and make security an integral part of their software development processes. And for the organization, again, the benefits are obvious. Through the automation, orchestration, and centralization capabilities that we provide, we help them get rid of the vulnerabilities much more quickly. And we also help them create a corporate memory, again, regardless of the tools they are using or regardless of the people working in the organization. So yeah, we can move on to the next one. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you ask what is Kondukto, Kondukto is an ASOC platform. ASOC means that application security orchestration correlation. This means that Kondukto is not a scanner itself. However, is a platform that able to orchestrate some scanners. If you are using any commercial scanners, Kondukto can integrate or connect with using its API. Besides that, if you are not using any commercial scanner, Kondukto provides some open source, embedded open source scanners, which we will show you in a bit, those open source scanners. And frankly, these open source scanners are quite popular. And mostly they are programming language specific scanners. And since we are an orchestrator, we can basically create this scanner anytime needed. And since we are on correlation and orchestration platform, when we are talking about building a scalable AppSec program, automation is just one part. It's an important part, but it's just one side of the AppSec world. So this means that somehow we need to figure a way to correlate every result. This means that pen test files, manual findings, manual reviews, or even bug bounty program results can be correlated into our platform to create a better coverage for your applications. So the part that you see above is basically resources that we retrieving and we are utilizing in a way. As John mentioned, we have some quite useful and unique features, which finding and developer level data. And having this developer level data, we have able to utilize this data in many different ways. The first of them is obviously to create automatic tickets to developers. So whenever a vulnerability has been identified by any scanners that you are using, we can basically try to identify this vulnerability, identify the developer who developed this vulnerability, and by creating some automation rules, you can automatically assign tickets to that developer only. So besides that, as John mentioned again in the previous slide, we can always have personalized training data to increase security posture of the organization. So Kondukto is basically an orchestrator, but provides deeper level of security in many different ways. So besides that, we can create many workflows and processes, as we mentioned. You can create some alerts and some security checks on Kondukto. The security check means that any security check you entered Kondukto, or any security check that AppSec team entered Kondukto can utilize in the DevOps pipeline, which we will show you in the course as well. Besides that, you can utilize in Kondukto to create some reports by utilizing our dashboards. You can filter some deeper filtering mechanism. Plus, you can always send some SLAs to keep track of the security posture of your organization. So if you go to the next slide, here, basically, you can see the general use case of Kondukto. The Kondukto workflow start with your ALM. ALM means that application lifecycle management tool, GitHub, GitLab, etc. So you can automate your workflow with binding your webhooks on your ALM. And besides that, in any CI/CD pipeline, in any relevant stage, you can trigger a scan. So for DevOps integration, we have developed our own open source CLI. Since our CLI is already pre-compiled in different environments, you can basically have a vendor agnostic approach here. We don't care what kind of CI/CD platform you are using, but as we mentioned, just by writing few lines of configuration in your template file, you can have DevSecOps migration in any minute, basically. So you don't necessarily use Kondukto in your DevOps pipeline. Everything you see here, or everything you will see in the course, can be asynchronous to run or triggered on Kondukto interface as well. So in long story short, Kondukto is, you can consider Kondukto as an AppSec engineer that never sleeps. So I think we can show you the interface, I guess.
All right. Can I orchestrate you to the next page?
Sure.
Oh.
It's a questions page. Yeah, we're done.
Okay. Thanks, Cenk. Let's wait and pause for a minute. First of all, to once again make sure, did you all register on our platform? Because Inge will share the link once more for those who haven't yet. More importantly, at this moment, there is a time to ask questions to Jan and Cenk about their vision and their platform. Please.
Just feel free to ask anything.
Feel free. Not audible. Okay. I think we're all. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Not audible. Sorry, Abhay, if you're not audible to you. Not sure what happens. If there are no further questions, I think we move on to. We have.
Hello.
Mute him.
Sir, you are not. I am not able to hear you guys.
I think it's. I mean, we don't.
Hello.
It's a problem.
You guys not audible to me.
Okay. Abhishek, do you have SDK to create plugins? Cenk?
I mean, actually, we will show you the flow here. So once you, Kondukto comes with pre-configured or pre-configured APIs on it. So you will see our settings page in a bit. So we mostly created integration already with the major platforms. So you don't need anything at all. We will show, I mean, after seeing the interface, it will be more clear. So you, I see that there was another question, if this cloud provider agnostic. Yes, Kondukto offers on-prem solution. So this means that you can install Kondukto into your private cloud. And once you configure everything into your platform, you can use Kondukto in air-gapped environment as well.
Okay. Shane, you have a question. Inge, do you try to reach out to user Slil and try to unmute him?
Maybe we go to the settings page and in our settings page, and we can show our basic configuration part. And I believe that some of the questions will be answered already.
Okay. Yes, Sunil, we are going to present the course itself in a second. I was just waiting for Shane. Shane, you want to ask something? We want to keep it for later.
Can you unmute Shane?
Okay, sorry, Shane. Can you keep it for a minute? Let's exactly. Thank you, Shane.
Okay.
Then.
So yeah, I can take it from here.
Kondukto is a wide platform. We had to choose some capabilities to use in the course, and in a minute, Jan and Cenk will explain those. First, Ian will give you a generic introduction to our courses and this course in particular.
So on this slide, you can see the screen that you will see after you will get assigned to this course, which will happen a little bit later. All our courses on our platform are composed of 2 labs, a preparation lab and a hands-on lab. The preparation lab is meant to prepare you for the hands-on lab. And at the end of the preparation lab, you are able to take a quiz. And if you complete the quiz successfully, you will get a badge. For the preparation lab, you have unlimited time. So you can do it wherever you have time. However, the hands-on lab is different. Here we can see the screen that you will get after you start the hands-on lab. For the hands-on lab, you have 3 hours to do it, and you cannot pause it, so you should do it in one go. Also, in the hands-on lab, we have an automated check-in system that will give you directly feedback for each step if you complete it successfully or not. In some cases, the automated check-in can fail, and it will notify you that you did something wrong, but actually you could do the step in a different way that the automated checking is not expecting. And in this case, if you are sure that you complete the step correctly, please contact our support so we can improve our automated checking system, and so we can cover also your use case. Do you have, Hans, any more things to add?
A couple of small things. They're very known to veterans, but if you're new to a platform, our courses are practitioner courses, and they give you unlimited time for the preparation lab, but like Jan said, limited time for the hands-on lab. It's per lab, it's a one go, 3 hours. However, in this event, we provide you access to it with a specific goal. We want you to be successful. So if you need support, if you need extra time, then we'll extend the lab time for you. Even in the case you have to redo it, we'll do it again for you and with you. Yeah. So in the coming 7 days, we'll be very lenient to anybody. Where the basic rules is you have one run for 3 hours. We'll help you getting to the finish line with whatever we can do for you. That's it. I think we have one more slide where we have Kondukto. Yeah, these are basically the exercises. Like I said, Kondukto can provide a lot, but we had to choose a couple of their main capabilities to have it as material in our course. Cenk, if you, or Jan, if you want to introduce this, and then I will hand over the screen to you.
Sure. So we prepared this course based on real use case scenario. So while having this course, you will have different hats. This means that you will a part of the course will based on the AppSec engineer. A part of the course you will act as a developer. So in order to understand a real world DevOps or DevSecOps problem, this course will be very useful. I think we can share our screen, John.
Yeah.
Would you like to take it? So we will explain in more details what kind of feature we limit ourselves in this course. But again, I believe it will be very useful in order to have a full stack view for your AppSec problem.
So yeah, once you have access to the course, you will be seeing 2 instances, one for GitLab and one for Kondukto. And then you can launch them and log in using the username and passwords that are provided here. And then the first thing that we will be doing in the course is to activate the scanners that we will be using in the course. So we will be scanning a Java project using an open source scanner, which is Find Security Box. This is the one that we're going to be using in this course. And we are also going to be checking for vulnerabilities in dependencies of the same project using dependency check, which is, again, an open source solution. So you will need to activate these tools just by clicking on these buttons, and you will have guidelines on how to proceed in the course as well. Once we have these scanners ready, then we will switch to GitLab, and we will fetch the project that's already available on GitLab so that we can start scanning it using the tools on Kondukto. So again, you will find guidelines on how to fetch a project quickly to Kondukto without needing to create it from scratch. So I was kicked out. Log in again. So you will be able to activate this integration with GitLab, and then you will be able to fetch the project directly from Kondukto interface as well. So once we have the project as well on Kondukto, the next step will be wearing the hat of an application security engineer and scanning the projects using these tools that I mentioned earlier. So once we have the results ready on Kondukto, we'll be also assigning issues on GitLab for certain types of vulnerabilities that are discovered by these tools. So, and for the ones that we open issues on GitLab, we are also going to try to fix it from a developer perspective. So you will also need to fix the vulnerabilities just like a software developer does, so that you will be able to wear that hat as well in the course. And once you fix it, you will see that Kondukto will be also triggering a validation scan automatically by recognizing the change in the status of the issue on GitLab to make sure that your fix is validated by the scanner. If not, Kondukto will go back and reopen the issue on GitLab. So that is one of the workflows that you will be experiencing in the course. And you will also be able to write a comment on the issue when you're closing the issue on GitLab. And you will see that Kondukto will capture that as an advice, as a remediation advice coming from a software developer, and will add it to its remediation database so that in the future, whenever another software developer works on a similar type of vulnerability, they can benefit from this previous experience. So that's another workflow that you will be experiencing in the course as well. And lastly, we will be also entering some security criteria on Kondukto, which we use to decide if the project can advance in your pipeline or not. So you can come up with rules like if there's an injection type of vulnerability, it's a no-go for you. You don't want this project to make it to the production. If that's the case, Kondukto can automatically break builds in your CI/CD pipeline. So we will be entering a security criteria. And then we will be wearing the hat of a DevOps engineer, where we will be integrating security tests into our DevOps pipelines. And you will also find guidelines on how to do it. There are also some hints provided in the course if you have a hard time figuring out how to create the pipeline on GitLab.
So you don't necessarily have, there is a requirement for programming language. So this means that you don't necessarily need to developer to finish this course, because there are very detailed guidelines, plus you can utilize hints. But the example is in Java. So if you are familiar with the Java syntax, it will be more even easier for you. However, without having any development experience, you can always finish this course.
So yeah, and that's going to be the last part of the course. So we will be initiating a scan within the pipeline this time, not from the interface, but within the pipeline. And we'll make sure that Kondukto gives a green light or red light depending on the scan results, based on the security criteria that we introduced to Kondukto. So that's going to be the flow that you will be that's awaiting you in the course.
Yeah, thank you, John. Excellent. Yeah. Guys, yeah, we're looking forward to how you're dealing all with these exercises in the course. Again, we have some questions. Shane, are you still unmuted?
I think he cannot unmute himself, I think.
He can? Yeah, all right. Well, Shane, you're welcome to ask questions at the end of this call. You know, we validate your input.
There it is. Okay.
Hey, Shane.
Hey, long time. I'm back in the saddle. It's nice to hear you, Hans. So a couple of questions here. I noticed that we could activate integrations between some of the scanners. Obviously, if we don't have subscriptions to things like SNCC, we can't use that. Is this correct?
Yeah,
correct.
That's what I thought. Second question, software vulnerabilities. How much coding experience are we going to need to finish this? And the reason I asked is because you said it was a bit of Java code. Let's say that somebody has this much experience in Java, none.
Yeah.
Are we going to be able to finish this on advanced if we don't have any experience without using all the hints?
I think you would need to fall back on the hints, but using the hints, you can, yeah, definitely finish the course.
I mean, without looking at hints, yes, again, yes. However, the only part is that since our results are relied on the scanner's result, this means that the text has been applied should be identified by the scanner itself. So if you're an expert developer and if you even provide a very custom fix for that specific vulnerability, you may not have the expected result. But there are other multiple ways to fix a vulnerability in AppSec world, and we added the easiest solution, and we show on our hint page, basically.
All right, so the last question was, some of these courses are a little bit easier to finish than others. And some of them I've noticed that even if you do click on advanced, there's no way to make it through. You only get like 2 hints, right? So unless you actually have a lot of experience with this tool, there's no way you're going to make it through on advanced without using up all your hints. What say you about this course, and whether or not someone that has 0 experience with any of these tools besides a little bit of GitLab? Can they make it through on advanced without using hints? Is everything given for what you need? Are you going to have to do so much reading, so much searching, so much diving into the readmes? And we only have 3 hours to complete these courses, and I feel that some of them they require a lot more time than 3 hours if you're just starting from nothing. So what say you about that on this?
Yeah, we believe so. We believe
Okay.
so. So the guidelines are quite explanatory.
Yeah.
However, of course, we expect the users to have some experience about this tool. What I mean that in this course, maybe the most advanced part is the create a GitLab pipeline using our CLI.
Yeah.
So if you don't have any idea about creating a GitLab pipeline, the creating pipeline part will take much time, not the course itself. So of course, you are expected to have a little bit familiarity with those tools, but without having an experience, the guidelines should be enough.
And so, final question. Almost every single course on our platform on DevSecOps Academy uses GitLab. So if by now, if you don't have any certifications on this platform at all, then yeah, you're going to need to learn GitLab. But if by now you've got at least 1 or 2, then you've got that in the bag. So as far as Kondukto and some of the other tools that are using this, are we going to need anything other than free subscriptions or anything at all? Is it all going to be there for us to just kind of lay it out so that, you see the jungle gym, can you get the flag, right?
Well, for instance, for the GitLab, from the course, we refer to one of our introduction modules, where you get the chance to play around with GitLab if you haven't done that before, and take it with you. Yeah. But it's a balancing act, Shane. Yeah, it's. I think we had this discussion before. It's always a balancing act. We try to make it. We try to bring a little chunk of DevSecOps expertise to a wide group of people.
Yeah.
It's pointing to other resources on our platform and outside our platform from the preparation lab to make as many people as possible successful in the hands-on lab. And like we say, this is also to get feedback. If we feel that too many people fail, or even if we help them, then we have to do something about that in our course, in the course preparation or in the hands-on lab itself. So
let's say that one person tries to start on advanced and they have to use their hints and they get the medium certification. Is there an ability to go back and try it again on advanced after some practice and get that?
The user will not have the ability, but we can give it to him.
Okay, if request, if they complain loudly enough, right? All right, that was it. Thank you. That was all the questions I had.
Appreciate it, Shane.
Boy, absolutely. It's good to hear you, man. It's really good to see you guys.
Yeah. We also saw an important question from Ashish. Let me move to it.
I'm going to mute now.
For putting the light on here again. The light went out here in the Netherlands. Ashish, I am a pen tester. And how can I initiate or switch to a DevSecOps profile? It can require lots of answers, a good discussion. I'm not sure. Ian, do you have a specific opinion about this? Because the easy answer I could give is have a look at our platform and try at least a couple of courses. DevSecOps is a very, very wide domain in our view. Part of the reason we are there is to demystify the whole thing of DevSecOps, why we try to chunk it up. We've categorized it. You have to find your own likings within DevSecOps. It's too wide to try to accomplish everything within DevSecOps. Is it cloud security? Is it container security? Is it more application security? Ian, you have an idea about it? Where should Ashish start?
I think if it depends what kind of pen test experience he has, like what he is pen testing, what applications. I don't know. Maybe he's a network pen test the network, and then
I can try to answer this question in a way. So first of all, DevOps is a multidisciplinary domain. When we are talking about the DevOps, basically DevOps word comes from development and operations. So and when we put the security in between, This means that you are expected to have development expertise or familiarity, security familiarity, and operations familiarity. So the easiest path for switching to DevSecOps is if you are know security enough, I strongly recommend to have a DevOps experience, because if you know the security, this means that you have the development familiarity, and the DevOps tools, DevOps tooling, DevOps world might be slightly hard for you. But if you pay attention to DevOps world, then you can find the way to combine security with the DevOps. And as Hans, you said, there are lots of good courses in the DevSecOps Academy to address this problem.
Thanks for the addition here, Cenk. It's a difficult question, important question. We could spend a whole conference around that.
Sure.
But Ashish, I just invite you to give it a try, see how far you come. If you have further questions, address us and see where we can help you. Thanks, Inge, for addressing Roman's question on where to find this intro course I was mentioning, with the basic GitLab exercises, all free to use. We're nearing the end. I think Inge is now trying to find the button to give you all access to the course. Inge, you're almost ready for it. Just wait, just wait a second. Guys, John, Cenk, brilliant that you've been working with us and have been able to present us the course in this setting. We recorded it. We will put this recording somewhere on, I think, on YouTube. Further questions you can pose to various channels to us. If we need Jan and Cenk to answer it, we will find a way. And please, you're all invited again in a week from now to further discuss, and then we'll not mute you, but keep it open channel to everybody. In the meantime, we help to get everybody successful. Please give us feedback, and yeah, have a great week. Yeah. And now, Inge, it's time. Thumbs up. Guys, all of you who have registered on a platform should have received an email, which means that you're assigned to the course. Yeah. Go ahead, have fun. Also share it with others. We'll leave the channel open. Everybody who still has to register can do it a couple of days. We just give them access anyway. If you think your friend can use it, your colleague can use it, just provide the information and the link. Yeah. All right. Hope to see many of you starting the course, helping you out, and hope a number of you again next week in the wrap up and the end of this event. Thank you. Have a great day wherever you are.
Thank you very much, everyone. Looking forward to your feedback next week.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.